Your number one hype gal here, and welcome to the weekly warm-up, your weekly dose to feel a little more confident and a lot more human. I'm Jess McDowell, and each week I'll share life updates, mindset shifts, product faves, the little things that help me stay grounded, energized, and moving and grooving. Whether you're heading out for a jog, sipping your morning coffee, or just need a midweek pick-me-up, this is your warm-up for living a real balanced life. So take a breath, shake it out, and let's dive in. Welcome to the weekly warm-up podcast. I am really excited right now. I kind of want to actually jump up and down because, first of all, I can't believe that we actually are in the same, I guess, place at the same time, or whatever the hell we want to call this. But today on the weekly warm-up, I have one of my longest, bestest friends, Camille Kramer. Vero Beach, Florida. I grew up with her. I am just so ecstatic to have her on here and for us to dive into a bunch of fun, juicy stuff today. So let's dive in. Yeah. I'm really excited. I'm really excited right now. I wish that we could be like drinking, but we have to adult. Well, first of all, you just got done doing some self-recovery stuff. So talk about that because I love that for you.
I am all about red light therapy and cryotherapy and salt right now. So I try to go every day and do cryo, and then I do red light once or twice a week, and then I try to do salt also with the cryo. So,
And it's all in the same location?
yes.
What's it called again?
Align.
My mom's talked about that. Is it new?
Sort of. It's right next to Chive.
Is it a woman that owns it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my mom and her are friends, and my mom wants me to open one here.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Which
They,
is,
they do a lot of stuff. I just do primarily just that.
yeah, like it's a full wellness studio of just everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. I love that. I haven't been there yet, but I've heard a lot about it. And my mom always raves about it and talks about it. And the owner and her, I don't think her name's Heather. I don't know why I want to say it's Heather, but I don't think it is.
There's two, and I think one is Heather and one is someone I should know their names, but they're lovely.
Yeah. Because the Heather girl, I think my mom, and she's been talking about it. And I'm like, okay, well, like, let's get on a call. Like, let's figure this out.
Yeah, it's great.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, we can dive in since you're talking about recovery. We're going to go way back. We're going to go back. Well, not way, way back, but we're old. So we're going to go far enough back and talk about Johns Hopkins because that is basically the start of multiple things that are in your career and in your life today. Bring us down the road of Johns Hopkins.
I just got back from my alumni weekend there, which was amazing. And
go Lady Birds, Lady
Yep.
Birds, go
Blue Jays.
Jays.
And so that was a blast. And we got to play pickleball, which is also amazing. And it was fun to see everyone and be back on campus. But yes, so I was lucky enough to be recruited to play lacrosse at Johns Hopkins, which was the best experience. I got to meet amazing people. I got a great education, amazing coaches, and just the experience of a lifetime. It was really hard work. And at times you wanted to kind of give up and just be a normal college kid. But when you graduated, you had this huge sense of pride and achievement. And I carried it with me. I'm a lacrosse coach today. I've always had coaching now. I'm teaching my little kids how to play lacrosse. I've got two littles, and I've got two older kids, and I coach my stepdaughter as well. So it's given me so much to be thankful for, just having lacrosse in my life and being able to say I went and graduated from Johns Hopkins. It was just amazing. And I graduated with public health major and business minor, which I went into speech pathology. So I ended up getting my master's at Loyola right next door and became a speech pathologist. So again, just nice little stepping stones.
No kidding. And also badass lacrosse player. Like, we're not talking, because I hate the stigma of men's and female lacrosse where, because of men, it's a little bit more aggressive. There's more rules for women's lacrosse, but you're a badass and well, obviously considering you're still coaching and doing stuff today, but she doesn't mess around.
No, definitely not.
Speaking of lacrosse, kind of explain, because I think there's just such a stigma between girls and guys lacrosse, and that, just like all women's sports, which I recently spoke about in a podcast episode, just the stigma of, women and not being fairly compensated and fairly treated as athletes, and that they're supposed to act a certain way and be a certain way. Did you find that between the men's and women's lacrosse there was a lot of diversity and difference in that area?
No, not for me, not personally, especially the men's Johns Hopkins program. I mean, it's an amazing program. Be a part of that on the women's side, like they were very respectful. They were some of our best friends. And then the rest of school, we didn't really have like a huge D1 massive football team. We had a great football program. Um, but it wasn't like Alabama and Florida, and so I didn't see that specifically.
Yeah.
I do what you're talking about,
Mhm.
but it's hard for me to speak to it because I did not see a lot of that in that discrepancy.
I mean, honestly, that's amazing though, because that's rare,
Yeah.
especially in college sports. That's kind of where a lot of the craziness happens. And so to be able to say that you had a really like well-rounded experience on, the aspect of, playing your coaches, and then still today, the fact that you're going and doing, alumni gatherings, not a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I love that. Since we got into speech pathology, talk about why you decided to choose it.
I knew I really liked helping people.
Mhm.
And so my stepmom was like, why don't you look into the therapies like speech, occupational therapy, or physical therapy? So I kind of looked into all three of the therapies and observed people. And I really, really liked speech therapy. Deals with obviously your speech, but also the language that goes into it, swallowing, voice therapy, cognition, really anything from like the lungs up, we can help with. And then not only that, but we can help from 0 to 100 as far as the age goes. So we can help NICU babies, we can help geriatric patient and everyone in between. I really liked that it had a lot of different facets, a lot of different venues, so I wasn't going to be bored with it. So Loyola was a great program for getting my master's there. And I started to work with children with autism, and that was very humbling and interesting. And I loved working with that population and those kids. And that brought me back actually to Florida. So I spent 7 years up in Baltimore,
Stewart, baby.
and yeah, and then we went back to Stewart.
That was some fun times. Oh,
We
man.
definitely thought we were still in college, but
Absolutely. And I do not regret any of it.
of course not. So yeah, so then I started working in the schools. I started working with assistive technology and moved up to Vero, and now I run an academic learning lab at a private school here, helping kids with all different types of, I guess, struggles with anything academic. So also it's been great.
The pros and cons with, working with children versus maybe working with older adults or teenagers.
Yes. So working with kids, it's high energy. And so you have to be ready to go, and they feel a lot of your emotions and your energy feed off of you. So you need to just make sure you're composed, you're patient, understanding, and you got to keep them going because their attention is only so much, and then you got to keep them engaged and make it fun. So, and that's what I like about that with kids. And even when you see progress in kids, it is the most rewarding thing ever. And being able to work with parents and educate the parents and help coach them through these struggling, difficult times that their kids are struggling with, and being able to be that sounding board, that educator, and that, facilitator is just very rewarding, but it's very hard work. I do like that aspect of working with kids, but you have to have a lot of patience.
No, yeah, no. I mean, you do though. Truly, you have so much patience. I could never. Can you give an example of what would be maybe a tool or a little lesson just for those that might not even know anything about speech pathology?
For instance, I can work with kids who have trouble with reading acquisition. So they really need to help with their phonics skills, learning their letter to sound association. Or I can work with a kid who just has a frontal lisp and is speaking with his tongue protruding out the front of his mouth, and he should not be doing that, right? We don't speak that way. So I retrain the tongue to stay behind the teeth when they're producing the S sounds. Or I teach the child, that the A says or it says A, and you teach them all the sounds, and then you use programs to help with systematic instruction, and you build their capacity to retain that information, and they become readers, writers, and they just keep going. And then the speech, hopefully with their S's or any other sounds they're not saying correctly, you teach them to say those sounds correctly, and then they're speaking and they're intelligible. Those are the most typical things we work with kids on, with a typical child. If you're dealing with something more severe, it can be social skills, eye contact, appropriate behaviors, reducing self-injurious behaviors. So that's when you're dealing with a more severe case of behaviors, language, and social skills.
Do you find that in today's world of just like I've talked about, with social anxiety and isolation, laptop kids or whatever they call it, iPad kids, do you notice that there's a lot of change and seeing of how many kids are having those types of social skill issues that because of what, how our society is?
Yes, I do think kids are isolated a lot more because they're in front of a screen, and kids need to interact more. So we're seeing just a shift in that social dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
We're not seeing as many kids playing outside in the neighborhoods. We're seeing kids have fine motor difficulties because they're not climbing trees and they're not playing with, small things. Instead, they're tapping, right? So they're not intrinsic muscles.
We were like riding bikes and all over the place when we were younger. I couldn't imagine just like not being outside.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not a lot of dangerous play, which
Yeah.
teaches boundaries. So there's a lot of definitely a shift in childhood development and social skills for sure.
Insane. How long do you normally work with kids? So, for instance, if you had someone that just first started with you, is this something where you need to end up working with them for a number of years, or then do they graduate from you and move on to somebody else? Do they continue down a therapy route for the rest of their lives?
Yeah, that depends. Like we always say, least restrictive environment, and we want the kids to be, we want them to have a remediation period and then they're off to the races. That can happen with articulation when you're teaching kids to say sounds correctly. That's typically a year of therapy, maybe 2 years, depending on how severe. But then if you're dealing with, again, children with autism, it could be years of developing relationships and then building those language skills because that's, a lifelong disorder and they're going to have to change and adapt and grow with their age and environment. So that takes a lot longer.
And do you find that working with the parents and their kids can be difficult because the parent do they feel like they're blaming themselves? Do they get more frustrated? So it becomes difficult because now you're not only coaching the parents and doing therapy with the kids, so it's kind of doubling up on your work.
Well, yes, definitely a part of my job is to coach the parents and help them through it.
Yeah.
So that's a big piece, and it comes with a lot of highs and a lot of lows because there's a lot of parent guilt or just a misunderstanding or not knowing what to do or what's best for their child or having it's a lot on their plate. It's not what not what they expected when they were planning to have a child, right? So helping them work through that, know they're not alone, know that we're working together as a team. I think that's again a very rewarding and important part of my job.
What would you say for maybe someone that's listening would want to consider having their child, I guess, evaluated for speech pathology, or for someone that's kind of going through it? Do you have any advice? Do you have something that you normally tell parents or the kids? I mean, I don't expect a kid to be listening to this, but
They'll say always trust your gut. If you know your child best and if something is off, say something and do something about it. Early intervention is key, even if it could be nothing. You would rather rule it out than have it be something and you wish you could have done something about it earlier. Knowledge is power. Early intervention is key, and you know your child. So never, just don't second guess your instinct.
Now, I know working at a private school, it's a little bit different because, it's more funded and the children have the benefit and very lucky to have you as somebody there to go through therapy with them. For those that maybe are in public schools or are in situations where they may not know to have access, where would you go? What would you do?
Well, actually, our public schools they have access to speech pathologists, occupational therapists, and physical therapists. So all they would have to do is they should just go to their school, talk to their teacher. If they need an additional option, talk to your pediatrician, and your pediatrician will guide you somewhere. There's a lot of programs too that help, low socioeconomic areas. So just a quick Google will also do the job. But yeah, teacher, pediatrician, the internet, there usually is some good programs out there.
Becoming a mother obviously is probably one of your biggest achievements or blessings in your life. And I just don't know how you do it all, to be honest with you. And I do know that there is a lot of people that I know that are juggling work and children and their personal life and their health and their mental health. Where do you start? What do you do?
Having kids is the hardest but best job you'll ever have. You never know what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky to give birth to 2 kids and also have 2 older stepkids.
They're all awesome.
Yes, I thrive under just organization. Every week I do the time block every day. I know what I'm doing, usually every hour of the day. That is very helpful. And making sure you understand when you're a new mom, sometimes you can feel like you've lost your identity because all you're doing is giving yourself to these kids and changing diapers and feeding them and helping them sleep, and then they're not sleeping, and then you're trying to just keep them alive and happy, and then they've got a lot going on and you want to make sure you're giving them all of you, and you really feel like you've lost your identity.
Yeah.
I think it's important for new moms to understand, and this might just be me, but I think it's important to understand your identity shifts as you get older, right? When lacrosse ended, I had that identity, like I'm no longer an athlete. Well, that's not true, right? I am still very much an athlete. I'm just not a Division I lacrosse player anymore, but I'm still an athlete. I became a mom. It's like, so now I can't do X, Y, and Z because I have to be a mom now. It's like, no, I'm a mom and I'm all these things too. And it's important not to lose yourself in that. It's the best job, but you have to make sure you understand who you are as a person still, and that you're still able and capable of doing so many things. So to just do your best, give them your all, and give yourself your all as well. And have those, I'm a mom and I'm still Camille. So having those just identity shifts.
No, you do a great job at it. And I love that you've really kind of figured out your niche of all the things that kind of fill your cup up with pickleball, which we need to talk about because one, you're really good. And you are like an insane pickleball player. It's so funny.
It's my competitive outlet.
Oh my gosh. And I love it. And I mean, you're always playing and you've got this group of people you play with and you've got, your little leagues and you do this and you do that. And it's amazing. And I mean, you're taking care of yourself. Like you said, you're going on runs, which I absolutely love. And I'm proud of you. You're crushing that. And of course you do like your workouts, you go to the gym, you're taking care of yourself with recovery. So I feel like you've really kind of combined everything and gotten into a flow. Talk about when you were in a space where that wasn't always the case, how your mental health kind of was affected to where maybe you weren't really feeling like that your life was really going anywhere or that you didn't have much purpose. And as a mom and being there for your children at the same time, how does that work?
I think during COVID, that was a shift, right? Yeah. I stopped working to homeschool the kids. I was pregnant. I had a 2-year-old at the time. I wasn't working out, or that's a lie. I was working out, thank God for Zoom and some of my college girlfriends.
I remember you guys started doing like workouts. Yeah.
We would do workouts. Thank
Everyone
goodness.
was on workouts doing Zoom.
Then a year later, I had gone back to work doing teletherapy, and we stopped the Zoom, but I had a newborn, was working doing teletherapy, and then 3 other kids. I think they were back to school, but I stopped working out. So then I really focused on nutrition. And I
Yeah, I
learned
want to talk about that because all the little things you did.
Yeah, so I did the whole 30, and I continued the whole 30 for like 8 months. And it was amazing. I learned a lot. I felt great, but I was, I always talk about the 4 pillars of health, which is mindfulness, nutrition, sleep, exercise. And so I just was doing that exercise and probably the sleep. Again, like that identity of needing to, exercising, we're of the same cut from the same cloth, where we have to work out to feel good about ourselves. The fact that I did not do that for a year really took a hit to my like mental health, or that I put that back into my life. And I did, but it took a lot to get back to it.
No, yeah. And I remember when you started doing the Whole 30, yeah, you completely transformed. I mean, you looked amazing. Definitely needed that exercise for mental health wise and just, muscle mass
Yeah.
as well. But other than that, like it was awesome just to see the transformation. And then since we're on this topic, you kind of have done a lot of small little health things that are like knickknacks here and there. I know you got tested for what was it? Not allergies, but you did stuff with your stomach.
Yeah.
What was it? Allergies?
Yeah, so I was diagnosed with SIBO, so small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. So I think I've had a lot of childhood trauma that was just kept in my gut, just developed gut health issues, diagnosed with SIBO, and that really just catapulted this trajectory of testing and nutrition. And I did a DNA swab, and it looked at what my body liked, what it didn't like. Like I have the cookie jar gene, which means I like sweets more than others.
Hell yeah, man. Go for it all
Yeah.
day.
But then I also have the anti-nut gene, which means I shouldn't eat too many nuts. Just kind of showed you biohacking, right? It just showed you what my body was more keen on and not. So I did that. Then I did do an IgE and IgG allergy test. I did a GI mapping. So I really looked and saw like what was the bacteria overgrowth in my stomach. And I really had to analyze all that data and start to chip away at it.
Can't you like not eat shrimp or something now?
My allergy test was like 15 years. Yeah. No, 10 years ago, that allergy test said I had a sensitivity to it. But then 7 years later, I got another allergy test, and they were like, it's so low. If you eat it, you're fine.
I mean, also too, like for those that obviously aren't familiar with her, like growing up with like a dad and a stepmom that literally like fishing, seafood's on the table all the time. So it was just one of those things where it's like, wait, how
Yep.
is this possible?
Very sad.
Yeah. Everyone's like, okay, bye. I guess you can't come to dinner anymore.
Yeah. Stone crab, lobster, like none of that.
Yeah. That's wild. And did you ever do the carnivore diet or anything?
No, I didn't do like keto, but I did intermittent fasting. I've kind of stopped that as well, as I've learned women's biology. I do it sometimes, but not a lot.
Talking about obviously childhood trauma, because I've spoken about it. I have suffered with my dad with alcoholism, or when he was around, I guess you could say. And I know that with your mom and stuff, how has that made you want to look at how you parent and how you want to raise your kids, and the things that you're maybe more aware of, but also some of the PTSD trigger traumas that you've had to kind of work around for yourself?
From my mom being an alcoholic, just telling my kids, like, you are enough. It is not, if I am angry or upset, like, it's not your fault. It's not because of you, right? And so they don't learn to like take on whatever I'm feeling or what I'm going through. And I do a lot of repair. So if we're arguing, or if we're yelling, or we're cranky and we're tired, it's about, how do we say, you know what, I'm sorry. I yelled and I should not have yelled. I'm going to work on that. Do you forgive me? That repair is huge with kids, just them, then how to do it and how to communicate. Let them know they are enough. If they want to talk about something, we're going to talk about it. Try to help them not be a people pleaser, because a lot of kids with alcoholic parents learn to be people pleasers, and are constantly trying to prove ourselves. So I've really tried.
Abandonment.
Yeah, fear of abandonment, and the anxiety of you don't know what's going to happen next. I'm helping my kids really understanding childhood development to then, and I think how to speak to our kids, I think has changed too. So we don't brush things under the rug, or we don't say, oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's like, okay, you're feeling this way. Like, let's acknowledge that feeling and let's work through it together.
Absolutely. I think that's probably the biggest one and I think that just comes with generation and also new ways of having outlets to learn and to see how you can become a better parent. I don't want to say like back in our day, but our parents, we were raised to not talk about certain things, and that don't cry about it or get
Right.
over it, or that's why my mom is very strong and tough. You know what I mean? So that's what my biggest fear is with having kids, is how I'm going to project. But when I go through trauma, or if there's something that's triggering me, even being a mom and in a situation.
Yeah, it's a lot and it's hard, and mom guilt is real. And so it's very important and that's again why self-care is important while you're a mom. Your cup needs to be full so that you can be the best version of yourself helping your kids. And there will be breakdowns. So accepting that imperfection and working through those tough times with grace and support from other people. I think community is very important when it comes to mothering. I read something about how, again, way back when, being a mother meant you had a village helping you raise these kids. And now a lot of times, like the single mom has to do it all on her own. So it's very important to have a sense of community and make sure people are helping you. And same with dads. There's single dads out there too. I don't want to only talk about moms.
Don't worry, we don't have to be politically correct on everything.
But just that idea of making sure that you are asking for help,
Yeah.
having that sense of community as you parent.
Being a single mom has affected you in, so many different ways, physically, mentally, I don't want to say spiritually, but spiritually, with your job, with everything. How do you describe it?
Yeah, it was very hard going through. The divorce was very hard. It was hard on the kids. Something I don't wish upon anyone. However, it does happen, right? It was, again, leaning on a lot of people and having that sense of community and knowing that it's okay. It's okay to rest. It's okay to take a moment. It's okay to say no to people and just to really prioritize your health, your kids' health, and happiness. Not everyone is going to like you. And I know what Mel always says, it's none of my business what you think of me. And so I think about that a lot,
Retweet.
right? So I think about that a lot. And as long as I'm happy with myself and my kids are happy, like it just learning what's really important.
Yeah.
And I think it definitely taught me that. Again, that structure and that organization helped keep my sanity and caffeine for sure.
I will say though, you were probably one of the most selfless. I always want to make sure that I say selfless because it's not selfish, but selfish and selfish. Selfless people I have ever met, because obviously, again, yes, you were on my podcast interviewing, but I know everything in the background that you're saying. And what you went through and how you handled yourself and the poise. Mind you, also too, we are in a very small
Yeah.
hometown, so it's a lot. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, but
Yeah.
that comes with a lot of stressors as well. So the poise and just how you handled yourself, and then also too, you really put your dating life on hold for a while and your personal life on hold for a while. And that doesn't mean you lost years at all. There was a lot of sacrifices that you had to make. And that was all just for the sanity of your kids, and that they were taken care of, and that they were going to live the life of where there's not going to be craziness and there's not going to be the drama that, you dealt with. And I think that's absolutely so admirable and amazing.
Yeah. When I remember my mom, after she got divorced, I remember her dating lots of people. And so I was like, I am not going to do that to my kids.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because you remember, like, it
Yeah.
impacts you, and
And
it's
so
confusing.
Yes. And so for me, I know that the kids needed consistency and they needed love and healthy habits, right? So I just tried to just focus on those things. And I know they are not going to be young for forever. Focus on me and focus on them. I have friends. I have great friends. Dating is something that will just happen when it happens.
I
But
mean, girl, I'm like, look at me. We're good. Like,
yeah, yeah.
it
I'm not.
doesn't matter if you have kids or no kids.
Yeah, I know that I'm also terrified to even step into the dating pool, like here and there, and I'm like, never mind, never mind.
It is a rough world out there. And it doesn't matter where you are, truly. I think it's funny because I remember, when I've beat bopped around different cities that I've lived in, you know how I am or was. And I mean, I always thought, okay, well, if I moved there, there's gonna, there's the dating's gonna be better. No, no, no. It's the same. It's the same everywhere. So
Yeah, I just vicariously through you.
well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I've been on a stale rut until lately, which we'll dive into, but insane nut bag. Speaking of, you're not dating right now then?
No,
No. And are you on apps or off the apps?
no, I tried them for a second, and I was like, I
Yeah.
don't like.
Did you ever get on Raya when I recommended you? You got on, right?
I was on Raya, but
How'd
then
you like that? We never even really talked about how you liked it or not.
there was lovely guys on there, but they all wanted me to travel, and I can't travel. I've got
Yeah,
kids.
they live halfway around the world. I think, yeah, and honestly, anyone I've spoken to and also podcasts that I listen to where like famous people are on and stuff, they all say that. They're like, yeah, Raya is great, but I'm not about to just hop on a plane to Italy
Right,
tomorrow to go
right.
meet Fernando
Yeah,
in his six pack. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
I can't move. I'm not
yeah.
gonna uproot my life and move wherever you are. So why? What?
Yeah, yeah. It really is a joke, to say
Yeah,
the least. I mean, it's nice in the sense of,
yeah,
you do see some more professional, or it's not, you're kind of weeding out what you get on Hinge and stuff, because that's, a deep, dark, wild, wild west. But
yeah,
dude, it's so bad. I opened up Hinge today and like, you know how it shows you the people that have liked you, and I'm going down it and it's just bad. As I'm hitting and saying no, and it's like 50 plus likes, and it's only down to like 20. And I'm like, I have gone through almost 50 guys in 100-mile radius of me, and I loathe every single one of them.
yeah,
They look like they don't take care of themselves.
yeah. Like you said, it's a deep, dark hole. I don't know. I don't want to dive down that. No.
Don't. It's really not worth it, to be honest with you. And I'm honestly tired of paying for Raya, but I just feel like I have this overwhelming anxiety that I get off, I'm missing something. For what? I don't know, but I
Yeah,
just feel like I need to keep doing it, just because maybe where I'm at. And a lot of people do travel to Miami, which is nice. So
yeah,
that's kind of cool. Most of the guys that are on Raya that are saying that they're traveling here, there's a reason. You know what I mean? They're saying they're traveling here because they're trying to like hang out, hook up, and then they're going to go home. I tread lightly with that unless they're asking do something really crazy and wild and fun. And I'm like, okay, like sure. But
yeah, yeah. So I got off that. I know you've got some funny stories from that.
yeah, lots of funny stories. Okay, so we'll talk about this, and because I just spoke about it, but so this is the crazy. When you listen to my voice memo, right? So do you like, you have like the sitch on it, but what I think is wild is that this person on the second date was calling me babe, first of all, which you,
Don't do that.
yeah, and
That's ick instantly.
well, yeah. And also, too, like you're going from talking about like really liking a person that's strong and driven and all this stuff. And you love the idea of doing things with somebody and all this, like, roses and rainbows. And then when you actually get it down to the surface of us hanging out, you don't want to do anything. It's not that he's not putting the effort in. This is the time to kind of prove yourself and show that like you want to do things or you're interested. I did what you wanted to do. So now like let's reciprocate it. So this is the part that I left out. So you remember when I was talking to that kid that worked on the football team? Well, that was like back right when I first moved here. He went down a deep dark hole on my Instagram one night and then asked me about the guy because he saw that he liked pictures of me.
He's got way too much time on his hands.
That's what I'm thinking. Like for someone that's super busy, that's back in 2023. And
Yeah.
then so I was just honest and I said to him, we dated a couple times, like nothing serious, blah, blah, blah. Then he proceeds to be like, oh no, I don't care. Nothing intimate, right?
Oh, I don't care, but like, tell me.
Yeah. And not even that, but that's weird. Why do you want to know that stuff? Like, I don't want to know that. You're already putting that mental block in your head. So you're creating drama and you're creating the insecurity and you're creating a novel in your head already. I don't know. So I think that was it. And then how he acted yesterday and then how he wished me well. I'm talking, it went from just me being like, hey, like, I just want to be honest with you, like doing activities to a full blown paragraph of telling me how he hopes I find the man of my dreams. He wishes me well. He wants to be friends with me. If I ever need anything, that he's here for me. You act like we've known each other for years.
Is he really going to be there for you? Oh God,
No.
I hate smoke. He's blowing
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, exactly. And I literally wrote back, what? This escalated. Because I'm thinking, like,
Bye.
that's done.
I think it takes 3 months at minimum, like get to know someone and like see who they are. Let their guard come down a little bit. Just actions. I don't usually take anyone's word for like their word. Show me consistently.
And the thing about it is I always go back and forth with, and I don't have the most irrational expectations. Obviously, I have what would be the best we all do. Like, yeah, like the cool,
Right,
like
right, right.
all the boxes. What would you be willing to like give up on? And of
Yeah.
course, that's usually the shallow things. You know what I mean? One thing about it is I don't want to ever go into that situation where it's all too affectionate right away or all butterflies and roses and stuff, because then that usually can be a red flag of it being, more not
Love.
so yeah, love bombing. Yeah. There was a part, it was crazy how your body really just knows you so well, because something about me, it was rejecting him. And it wasn't that I wasn't sexually attracted to him, but there was something that it wasn't happening. And my body kept being like, this, I don't think I'm going to like this guy, but I was trying, because who knows if that's just me, in a rut or not. But then to see how it actually played out, it's just like, okay, your body was actually right for
Yeah.
what you were thinking.
Mm.
I don't know. It's just weird to me.
My game plan is just to be friends with everyone. And then it's going to have to trick me into liking you. And one day I'm like, I do like you.
Wait, that's such a you thing.
Oh,
Oh,
like, okay.
okay. Yeah.
Now the idea of formal dating, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
thank
I remember that's so funny you said, because especially like Stuart days, like single fun times. And when you're at the bar or whatever, you'd play okay. I don't
you.
know. Wait, what? Math?
Yeah.
What's that? I just go through those ruts where it's like you don't want to date. And right now I'm like, I just want to go on dates. Like I just want to go and do wild things, go on
Yeah.
dates, like nothing crazy. Like I don't want to be out late. I don't want to be getting wasted all the time, things like that. Go on like a pickleball date. We have so many pickleball and paddle courts here. It's
Yes.
every street you turn on, Cammy, like you would thrive here.
God bless. I mean, at least you're doing it. At least you're putting yourself out there.
I know. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously, immediately last night after that, I was like, okay, hopping back on Raya, like, ciao.
Yeah.
Arrivederci.
Right
Arrivederci.
there. Yeah.
Arrivederci. And the competition here is unreal.
Now I'm gonna get down there and go
Yeah.
play.
I want you to just come down. I actually need to look up really cool, like the wellness events with pickleball, which is like every weekend. So honestly, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I think we should just go to every single one. I'll get us in, obviously.
Yeah.
But you would thrive and you would kick ass, because the thing about it is here, a lot more male dominated for sure. You'd thrive.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I love it. I usually play with mostly guys anyways,
Yeah.
just as I think it's a lot of
Well,
guys.
you're also super athletic, so it's different. Like you advance quickly.
Yeah, so I love the competition. I love the quickness of the game. And yeah, there's a lot of good people, good looking people out there playing pickleball. So it's a great play for sure.
Yeah, I need to get myself involved with it. It's a commitment, but also to establishing your teams or your people you play with. The beginners aren't going to be the guys that I probably want to hang out with, So it's like maybe I go and play and then like I accidentally just like stumble on a court and fall.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oops, wrong court.
There are some pickleball courts that have like it's like boozy and there's food and drinks
Yeah,
and pickleball court.
everywhere here. They're like
Yeah.
clubs. I know. I was thinking that too, because you know how you can join like beach clubs here?
Yeah.
Soho House and Ifyana and things like that, and One Hotel. I want to join one of those because it's a good way for social activity wise. I love going laying by the pool. It's also great for content. And I realized that when I was just at the Shelbourne, when I hosted that wellness event, the amount of content I was able to capture and just how beautiful it is, I would just utilize the hotel for that, if anything. But I'm thinking, should I join a pickleball club and then kind of be able to be involved with that? But do I only just want to play pickleball?
That definitely should be on your list, and then maybe something else.
Yeah. Take on paddleball.
Padel?
Oh, okay, my bad.
Padel,
See, look at you. Padel.
Padel is new and it's taking off big time as well. It's great. I'm excited. I have not learned to play yet, but there is a court here. I think I'm just waiting for more courts to be built.
Do you think the Maureen's is going to make one?
I think so. I think
Yeah, we're going to have to, because it's going to be, the members are going to demand it. Yeah.
So I'm going to hold on to pickleball and try not to, because pickleball's like 2 hours, right? So I add padel to my busy schedule yet.
And that's where you're hitting it off a wall, glass
Yeah.
wall, right?
Yeah.
But is it the same wiffle ball or it's different?
The paddles are different. I think the ball's different. I don't know. But there is something called paddle, but paddle's up north.
Okay, great.
I know.
In all honesty, because obviously, you know, you've played tennis and things too. Do you think that it's becoming aggressive, all the different ways to hit a ball with a thing?
I obviously don't think so. Anything that's going to get people outdoors and active, a new community to be a part of, like, I'm all for it. I will jump on any bandwagon that has to do with that.
You're like, give me a ball and a wand and I'm down.
Yeah, Quidditch. Anyone up for Quidditch? Go.
But no, that would be actually amazing. It's kind of like lacrosse.
No.
Oh. Why?
Well, there was Quidditch at Hopkins. Like, people would be playing Quidditch around campus.
I think that happened at Alabama, and then that kind of, you know, got shut down. But they were just hopping around on brooms, right?
Some were on brooms, some were just running. I don't know.
That's wild to me. I'm sorry. I would not be able to take grown ass people seriously, just unless the brooms were like what's the thing that like the hoverboard, you know, if they actually hovered off the ground, I'd fuck with it. But other than that, no.
Yeah, I know. Weird.
Right now in your life, would you say is something it's going really great and amazing, and one area in your life that you're ready to kind of like see change, or something that you're working on or wanting to do?
Great question. Something that I'm loving right now in my life is, one, my kids are healthy and I'm healthy, right? So
No, sorry, Welker. Fuck me.
I heard him. I think just having pickleball in my life, like pickleball literally got me through my divorce.
Truly. She was on the court every damn. I'm like, what are you doing? I got pickleball at 10 a.m. I got pickleball at 11 a.m. We have a quick break to have lunch, and then we have it at 12. I'm like, okay, I'll see you next year.
I know. Thankful for pickleball and just being active in my life. I think, you know, I've got great strength training going on, and the running, I'm running with someone that's like keeping me motivated, and then pickleball, that great community. And then my kids, all their sports and fun activities that we're doing, right? So very happy about that. An area that
you're like,
do I have a question? Oh God. I guess eventually I do want someone in my life to be that teammate, right? Like
There's nothing wrong with wanting that.
Right, exactly. So it's like some days when shit gets really hard, I'm like, I just need help. I just need someone here to trim a tree, right? Sometimes I don't want to mow my lawn.
To do the blue jobs.
Yes. Or just help me, like be with me while we do it together. I want a teammate I'm looking for. Someone where we respect each other, we trust each other, we're loyal, we have fun together, right? And we can just have fun with life together, right? Eventually, I know that that's lacking in my life. So if I had to pick something, that would be it.
Yeah. Would you ever move out of Vero?
Yeah.
Do you have to wait for the kids to get older?
Well, yes. I mean, there's ways to work around things like that. So it's just a matter of, if something happens like that, then I'd have to just see what the options are.
Yeah. Eventually, like obviously not at this second, but I could see you graduating out of Vero.
Yeah, I know. Vero's a small town, so I definitely see myself. I don't know. I definitely didn't see myself here the whole time.
I honestly could see you more in the Northeast.
Yeah.
You love it up there.
I do love it up there. So that's where the wind takes me, then great.
We
Yeah.
need to do a Nantucket trip.
Yes, I know we talked about it last year, but I'm ready. Go,
I
Odessa.
know. Oh shit. I'm going to text my social media intern tonight about it because so the one in Tampa, she is an ambassador for, so she could probably get us like hooked up. The craziest part about it though is she's never seen them. And I started sending her videos one morning and I was like, it's life changing. I was telling her about how insane it was with us.
The drum line.
Yeah. Oh, I get chills watching them. Like when I was sending them to her and I started watching, just
Yeah.
immediate chills from head to toe.
It
So
was,
transformative.
yes, it's such an amazing concert. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I need to talk to her about going to Tampa because Tampa's super easy too. And Tampa's fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we
Exactly.
know anyone in Tampa?
Marianne.
Oh, hey girl. Yeah. Wait, did she not move back to Vero?
No. Hannah did. Hannah's back.
Hannah. She's not a Canadian gal anymore.
No.
We need to do that for sure because that can be our thing. It's the only way we're going to ever hang out is if we do a podcast or a Deza.
Yeah. Big events.
Yeah. Well, I love you so much.
I
Thank
love
you for
you.
being a guest. This was
Yeah.
really amazing. And I think that, you're just such a beautiful person inside and out. I'm so thankful that you're in my life. And I'm guarantee you that who is ever watching and listening really took to any of the topics we talk about. So thank you for being on here.
Thank you. I love this. This was so fun.
Woo! And
I'm
that's
so proud
that.
for all the things you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you. We're just out here hustling,
Hustling,
trying to
baby.
make it happen.
Yeah, that's what we do.
I love it.